Hi friends, it's Lindsay with Emeralds and Fairy Lights, and I'm here today for an update on my converting a cross stitch project that I'm taking you guys along with me on this journey. If you haven't seen the first two clips, I will link those videos below, but I am just kind of giving you an update and showing you how I'm converting this cross stitch and also things that I'm learning and tips and things like that. So today though, we're gonna do a little bit of where I'm at on the project and some things that I've learned, where I've failed and whatnot. So anyway, I did learn some updates that I wanted to share with you guys, that you can actually contact most of stores and you can contact Creatively Stitching for a drill count. I had a lot of people let me know that you can actually request that they send you a drill count on top of a skein count that they already include in the pattern when you buy it. And so just know that you can do that when ordering your drills, or if you're gonna try to source your own drills, as far as like if you're using leftovers, which is also a smart idea to try and do if you can, if you have lots of leftover drills. Okay, so first things first, I want to show you the project that I have done on this kit so far. So here you can see my canvas. Now I did end up reordering the canvas so that it would fit. It did end up being a little bit larger, but that's fine. It's funny, this is it's not even sticky now because it's been left off for a little bit, but so you can see how the pattern has gone to there. These are the drills. They are shiny. You can see these are from the Jaded Gems shop and they are resin. How I'm going about this pattern is at first I was gonna go off of just using the pattern. I printed it out and I taped it together because it was on 2 pages. I did a grid system so that I could tell 1, 2, 3, and I'd highlighted the lines with highlighter. And I was trying to go this way, and you guys, I was about to give up. Oh my goodness, I just could not keep it straight. The paper copy was just driving me insane. What I did complete with this paper pattern is I got these lines, and then I filled in these areas right here. And I just used the pattern as a suggestion. Basically, I was getting so frustrated with not being able to figure out, and then mistakenly, I don't know what it is. It was just going from my brain, seeing it, to how many I needed to place and where was difficult for me. And so a lot of this part and this part are kind of close to the pattern. I'll be honest, it was kind of I don't care, I give up. I'm just putting drills down and I think it'll be nice in the darker areas. But I know that my lines were not exactly right either. If you can see on here, I was trying to make them black and darker so that I could actually see where the line was. So I'm an Apple girl, guys. I'm sorry. I am Apple products through and through. And so the pattern keeper was one of those things in the back of my mind that I was like, oh, I hear that it is a lifesaver. But I don't do Android. I don't know how to do Android, and I don't have one because getting an Android tablet can be expensive. So you know what, I ended up just going on to Amazon and I found a pretty cheap, I don't even think it's brand, it has an actual brand to it, but it had good reviews. It was under $100, and so I got Pattern Keeper, and I'm gonna just show you guys what this looks like. In here, oops, I guess you can see James Preschool. This is so much easier to use, guys. I have to tell you, this saved my life, okay? One thing is because what you can do is say you go right here. It's gonna show you. You can see on my pattern right here where I have left. And say that I want to do the star. So I just find, let me see if I can find that really quick, the star. And do you see how it highlights it? It's so nice because it like highlights, it shows you where the stars is, it shows you what you've stitched so that you can easily find yourself in the pattern. And then not only that, you can go like this and mark your stitches off while you're doing them. I'm not going to do it because I haven't done them yet, but this has seriously helped me so much. So ever since then, I have done this part of the pattern, and I tell you that this took me a lot less time as opposed to these two. Visually finding it on Pattern Keeper was so helpful. I have to be honest to tell you guys. If you are a cross stitcher or you've cross stitched and you know you can use a paper pattern and you've used paper patterns, I say go ahead and try it. But if you're not used to counting stuff, I would heavily insist or like suggest that you look at getting Pattern Keeper. Now, I do know that they are working on an iOS version of Pattern Keeper. Right now it's only on the Google Play Store, but hopefully they'll get it on iOS soon, and then app and Android users can get this app. But the app itself is, see you guys, I am so much of a noob with this thing that I don't even know how really, but this is the app. It's called Pattern Keeper. And that is the app that you want to use. I don't have any other apps on this. Like, this is strictly for cross stitch, or for the converting a cross stitch pattern. Now, I do have to say that with this particular pattern, one of the things that frustrates me is all of the different colors that come together. And let me see if I can use it on, because I have kind of, so the reason that I was putting these marks in here is because they are using $37.99, which is a gray, and $8.23, $9.39, and $3.10 as your lines, as your dark black lines. And I don't like that look. I will show you really quickly. I really do not like this $37.99 mixed in with their $3.10. The $8.23 and $9.39 are these two blues that they kind of blend in with the pattern, and so they're not as bad. But this gray, I feel like, sticks out like a sore thumb in these black lines, and it doesn't even match with the blue or the purple or whatever you're going on. And so what I ended up doing was, whenever I select this one, I just put black there instead, because I just do not think that looks good in the black lines. Now, if you don't mind that sort of thing, then I guess, you don't have to worry about it. But for me, that's one of the things that I really liked about the DAC versions, which you can really distinguish between the copy versions of DAC that are not licensed. When they did these princess panels, they did similar things where these black lines are not distinct. They're not thick. They don't create that same stained glass look that you find in the Mandy Manzano versions, and you find in the DAC versions that they've rendered it so that those black lines are very thick and they don't have all the random confetti in it. So anyway, these are just some of my thoughts that I have coming through it. Another thing is that with all of the symbols, I did find that using a color pattern was difficult just because your symbols are opposite. I don't know if this makes any sense, but let me find it on Pattern Keeper. Okay, so what it usually happens is your symbols are not always the same as they're presented. They can actually be flipped. So what I mean by this is that here in the pattern, you can see 310 is a square, right? And so you can see the squares right here in the white, if it's just white and black. However, when you look at the color pattern, they can't put a black square on black, and so they do a white square on black. So it's the opposite. That can be difficult to figure out, I think, is an added issue that kind of hurt my brain a little bit. Another one that is difficult is like the 939. I don't have it, but you can see the symbol right here. And then on the pattern, the symbol is actually white on the navy blue, the dark blue. And so for me, this black and white pattern where they just have just the symbol on just, you know, white, so you get the dark symbol, I felt like it's helped me a lot to be able to distinguish which character I'm using. So anyway, I don't know if this has been very helpful for you guys, but I did find that putting them in color, arranging them by color has been really helpful for me, and I've gotten this far. So these are just some of my random musings and things and updates on this project. I think it's coming out. It's making me more excited. Like I said, I was about ready to give up on that part. And then this part has actually been a lot more, I would even say, not that like I feel like I could do a whip and chat while I'm doing it, but it has been somewhat relaxing. It has been easier. Like I can just visually look and see where I need to go. I can mark it off, and once I've done it, I know it's there, and I can kind of match up with the drills. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Let me know if there's anything else you would like to see. I'm not the biggest expert on Pattern Keeper, but I think I'll be looking into more of how to use Pattern Keeper, and I'm using on its most basic level at the moment. I will see you guys in another video next week for this series.